Hey, yo, this is Fonz
and Quan.
and welcome back to another show. Listen, if you're on social media, primarily Facebook, go search Back Porch Sports Podcast War Room, where we are always chopping it up. We got special things going on. And, you know, even if you're a Cowboy fan, or like my man, he's still a fan, we'll still welcome you in there, you know.
Watch it. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube channel at Back Porch Sports Podcast. We're there every week, and we would love for y'all to be a part of it by dropping your comments. If you want to be notified of when that video drop, which is also weekly, hit that notification bell right over to the side. Mm-hmm. And anything else you want to add?
Man, I ain't got nothing else, man. Go on, kick that theme music.
All right. Welcome to the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Quan.
It fuzz, man.
All right, man. Welcome to the show. Make sure, like I said at the top of the show, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe after we cover this content today. So, how you feeling, man?
I feel good. It's Feel Good Friday, man. Like, yo.
We want to say happy Veterans Day to all the people that serve us. We definitely appreciate y'all and the sacrifices y'all made. Lottie everybody. And we can go ahead and jump right into the topic for today.
All right.
So me and my partner here, you know, we've been doing this for almost 3 years now. Me and my partner here, we're going to discuss a familiar name in LeBron James, who is still currently playing.
We've been avoiding this like the plague.
Right. The question that we're gonna chop it up about is: would LeBron have still been dominant had he not went to Miami? Now, they did play each other this year. They played Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. They lost by 1 point, 107-108. And it was some comments made afterwards by King James on Twitter, which we'll get into. But just to give y'all some background, like I just said, they played each other, they lost. He did, since we're talking about LeBron had 30 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. But before we get into it, I'm gonna go ahead and let you give your take.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go ahead?
I want to, because the reason why is because you're a LeBron fan.
Right.
That's your guy. Sure. So take it away, my man.
Okay. All right, bet it down. So after the game, LeBron posted a tweet saying, I'm gonna give y'all some background before I get into my reasons of why I think he is. So I do think he would still be dominant had he not went to Miami. So I did give you an early answer there, but I want to give a little background so the people that don't know will know where this question is coming from. So after the game, LeBron posted a tweet saying, I think I would still be at this level no matter if I came here or not, in reference to Miami. Let's not get it twisted. The 4 years I was here, it was amazing. I loved everything about it. Loved this franchise. This franchise is top tier, one of the best franchises in the world. But as far as my career was going to be my career as far as individually, because how much I put into the game to strive to be as great as I could be. LeBron James continues and says, but as far as what I was able to learn here was second to none. That's for sure. I came here for one reason and one reason only, and that was to win championships. That was my only goal. I teamed up with Wade and Chris Bosh because I felt like I couldn't do it in Cleveland. We couldn't do it. And I tried to recruit guys to Cleveland. I tried to go up and help the upstairs, and it wasn't happening. So I had an opportunity to be a free agent. So I did what I thought was best, not only for my career, but for me, at that point in time. Obviously, when those comments leaked, James felt like he was stating the obvious and doubled down on his belief. And another tweet, or responding to a tweet, recalling that LeBron James would still be dominant and saying, "You damn right, I would be. I'm chosen, and ain't nothing stopping that. Maybe less rings, but still dominant from start to finish." That's what LeBron James said. So looking at LeBron James' career, he was drafted in 2004. He played for Cleveland for 7 years originally. Everybody know he went back. Yeah. But from 2004 to 2010, he averaged 27.8 points, 6.9 assists. 6.9 rebounds, 7 assists. Now, the background in Miami before LeBron got there, Miami won a championship with Dwayne Wade in 2006. Dwayne Wade caps off his magnificent playoffs with 36 points, 10 rebounds to lead Miami past the Dallas Mavericks 95-92. Notable names on the roster outside of Wade: Shaq, Hall of Famer; Gary Payton, Hall of Famer; Alonzo Mourning, Hall of Famer. The year after that, which was 2007, LeBron gets to the finals versus the 2007 Spurs. LeBron gets swept by them, but which, in my opinion, didn't expect nobody to beat them at that time. Spurs was 58-24 that year. Tony Parker won NBA Finals MVP after that game, but to also mention, Tim Duncan was All-Star Defensive First Team that year. Him and Bruce Bowen. So I say all of that to say, I think now, as far as I can't say, it's kind of hard to say that he will have 4 rings without Miami. That's a little tough to say, but I do believe that he's been a dominant player since he got drafted in the league. He did not have as much help as some people did have. I mean, and I think the NBA as a whole has proven that you can't win a title alone. Mm-hmm. Now, when he played the Spurs, like I said, they had some rockers up there, and Tony Parker and Tim Duncan and Ginobili. Names that people respect. I know I respect Tim Duncan. I think he's one of the best forwards that played the game in the NBA. But just looking at LeBron from then even to now, I feel like maybe one thing that he did lack before he went to Miami is he did struggle with free throws. He did struggle with other I feel like rookie basketball player issues. You know what I mean?
He was like 27 at the time.
Yeah, but he was still in votes for MVP at 22 years old. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he has been dominant throughout his career. He may not have been championship ready until he went to Miami, but I feel like, man, he definitely did change their team when he went over there. He also drew a lot of people over there to Miami as well when he went there. But I mean, this is a debate, so I don't want to be talking the whole time. I want to hear from what you got to say on that.
Yes, sir. So you did your homework. I'll give you that. So let's talk about the comment in his context. He said that he would still be a dominant player. I have a clip. This is something I've never done on this show. I have a clip from I guess you will call him the LeBron James flag bearer, and that's the Hall of Fame tight end Shannon Sharpe. To set this clip up, that clip is in response to that tweet that you read about how he'll be a dominant player. So I'm gonna play the clip, then I'm gonna go ahead and get to my analysis.
Shannon?
Yes.
Do you agree with what LeBron said about his time in Miami?
Hell no, I vehemently disagree. I strenuously disagree with what he said. At the time that he had arrived in Miami, he had two regular season MVPs and one finals appearance through his first 7 seasons. LeBron, do you realize the reason why you got into the GOAT conversation? Because of what transpired in Miami? You won 2 more finals MVPs. You won 2 more regular season MVPs. You went to 4 straight finals. LeBron, how can you say that your career was going to be the same without going to Miami?
Thank you, Mr. Sharpe. Honestly, I agree a whole 100% with Shannon Sharpe on that take. For the simple fact, his first stint in Cleveland, they did not do him right. He had to virtually will that team to success. I got to give you that. But let's talk about the help factor. Let's talk about his rookie year. His rookie year, he had Carlos Boozer, who was basically, he was 6'8", he was listed at 6'9", he was a power forward in the era of Shaquille O'Neal and Yao Ming. He played for him for like a year. Boozer reneged and went to Utah. So, the Cavs, they were on the come up. And then, of course, you got the playoff appearances, and then later on, he got a aging Shaq who virtually slowed that team down. And then the next best teammate that he had was Mo Williams. But when it came down to the playoffs, ain't nobody show up. Let's go back to that. What Shannon said. He said that he had 1 league MVP in a final appearance. In the finals appearance. And got swept. The problem is, to me, that tweet says, Miami, I did not need you. Let's think about it. There was 3 teams in play for the LeBron James sweepstakes. Those teams were the Miami Heat, the New York Knicks, who, according to Rich Paul, his agent, said they really wasn't in play. They was more like a chess piece. And then you had the Chicago Bulls. Now, let's take away the Miami Heat, not the Miami Heat. Let's take away the New York Knicks for a hot second. And let's focus on those 2 teams, Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. Had he went to Chicago, like everybody thought he was going to go, I could see him making that argument. Because then he ain't go to Miami, but his career arc would have took a dramatic turn because you had a prime Derrick Rose and all them other guys out there. He needed Miami. What they was doing, he needed Miami to get to where he is. Because had he stayed in Cleveland, and the way he had to will those Cleveland teams just to get to the first round of the playoffs, his body would have broke down.
Here's my thing on. Well, first off, I think partner, you may have the wrong perception on the tweet, because the way I took it was he admitted that he would not have been a champion without Miami.
But I never said anything about championships.
But
we're talking about his dominance. He said he was going to be dominant. And I'm like, dude, the way you played, you got to understand, LeBron James is a tight end in basketball shorts. So the way he would have been playing, his body ain't been the best these last few years. His body would have broke down way before now.
I think number wise, I think he's a dominant player. Anytime you have 27 points and 6-7 rebounds and assists, those are solid numbers. Those are solid numbers for the first 7 seasons. But if you look at Miami, after they won the finals, you're saying that LeBron needed. I think it was. If we're going to say anybody needed anyone, I think both of them needed each other. Because if you look at the Miami Heat after the finals in 2006,
they only missed the playoffs once.
They go 44-38, which is 4th in the Eastern Conference. 2007, 2008, they went 15-67. Now, let's not forget about the Eastern Conference. All right, we're talking basketball. I think the Eastern Conference is most of the time easily won. Hence to why LeBron James has dominated the East for majority of his career. Because the East never been very competitive. Not until you went into the West. Now the West seen where you would have more competition.
The West was one. You still had the Spurs and them and the Lakers.
But
go ahead.
In 2009, they went 43 and 30 and 39. In 2009, 2010, they went 47 and 35. Miami knew they wasn't going back to the finals. They knew they could not make it back to the finals without having some type of help, whether it was LeBron or whoever else. They would have to bring some type of star over there, but they was not a championship team after that 2006 finals. But what I took from the quote that he made is, I feel like he gave Miami credit in a way, because if he would have said, I would still be dominant and I would still be a 4-time final champ, that'd be different. I'd be like, whoa, LeBron, you know what I mean? You went out there with Wade, y'all, you wouldn't had won those 2 rings without going to Miami, because you couldn't find, at least from his quote, he couldn't recruit nobody.
I don't think it was him. Anyway. Because think about it, before he went to Miami, he was not LeBron the GM. He was not.
No.
And owner Dan Gilbert and everybody that was a part of the Cleveland Cavaliers did not do him justice. I will give you LeBron fans that. I will give y'all that. They ain't doing him justice. I watched him and I was like, okay, they need to get his man somebody. So he did the best thing he had to do. Was to do what? Change his surroundings. I give you that. But to say that he would have been as dominant as he was, he would have been dominant for a few more years. But then the overall strain of having to play for Cleveland at that time would have wore him down.
I do understand your point for that, because like going back to what I was reading with his quote where he couldn't recruit anybody. So we would have been the only one over there in Cleveland. So, but in a sense though, the way that he does take care of his body and everything, I don't think he would have. He may not have been playing until he was 38, like he is right now.
No, but my age.
He would have still played. He would have still played a good amount of years, I would say, just because of how good of a player he was. Just off the numbers.
Honestly, and going back to what you said about the East, you said the East was. I mean, the East was not that good.
The East was never really that good.
But you had Chicago down there. They had D Rose. They were a playoff team. I think D Rose won MVP over LeBron before he blew both his knees out. Then on top of that, you had the Boston Celtics with Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, all of that over there. He had to get through that. At the time, Atlanta was doing something. And I ain't gonna mention Dwight Howard. Anyway, I ain't gonna mention Dwight Howard. He had to go through Dwight Howard, and I hope Dwight didn't go through him. But anyway, I ain't gonna.
Oh my God!
But I ain't gonna go there.
Don't go there. Don't. Whatever you do, turn the other cheek.
No, don't turn the other cheek.
No, don't do that. Don't. Yeah, you foolish, man. I ain't got time.
But I'm saying, like, people say that the East was not as competitive. It wasn't as competitive because you still had the Spurs and the Lakers, and it was another team out there, and occasionally the Mavericks lurking out west. So the degree of difficulty was real strange for LeBron for a minute. So. Yeah, he did. He got that first MVP for a reason. I got to give it to him. Now, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I'm not a LeBron fan. I grew up in a different era, but to say that my career would have been equal or almost the same or similar, to me, that screamed, okay, you gonna do Miami like that? That was my thing. That's like being with somebody in a relationship, you get married, you know, that person helps your standard of living come up, and then y'all break up and be like, oh, I ain't need him no way. But you were dirt poor when you first got with him. Now you sitting in the house on the hill. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think I feel like the most impactful impact that Miami had was getting him over, because he made it to the championship alone.
Yeah, Cleveland. But he ran into a buzzsaw.
Without a Wade, without a Bosh, without a Ray Allen, without any of those guys. So I feel like the only impactful thing that we can say that Miami might have done was to get him over that hump to win a championship. But if you just
and it also changes mentality too,
and the mentality, which that comes with age, because he was in the league at 18 years old. I don't think nobody, even though I don't understand how you can be drafted in the NBA at 18 years old. I don't even think because back then anybody was prepared for that.
Because back then you had Kobe, you had Kevin Garnett, you had LeBron James, you had a few others that got drafted right out of high school.
Yeah, very few.
It's not a long list of them. It's not a long list of them, but when I said mentality, I mean, maturation happened because, you know, he had to mature quickly because it's a simple fact. You got drafted to a grown man game. You're not playing against high school kids anymore. So the maturation process had to come sooner than later. What I meant by mentality was you transformed from LeBron James to LeBron the GM. And so once he went back to Cleveland, who was there? Who did he get to come there then? Because that sure was not the same Cleveland team.
No, it wasn't the same Cleveland team.
It was not the Cleveland. It was not the Cleveland of old.
Pretty much what I'm saying is, if you take the rings, because he has the scoring record right now. So if you take the rings away, he was. I mean, and we have NBA players that don't have a ring, that do not have a ring.
Charles Barkley, one of my favorites. Charles Barkley
are still considered Hall of Famers and so forth and so on. So that's why I feel like he still would be dominant, because even if you snatch two of those rings away, he still had success without Miami, and Miami didn't look the same when he left.
But he wouldn't have played 20 years though.
And neither did Cleveland.
You take Miami out the equation, he would not have played 20 years. Think about it. 20 years, that way, 82 games, 20 years.
The way I don't know, man. The way I feel about it, I feel like just looking at the way the man played and the way the money that he invested into his body, and I'm just talking about now. Like I don't know what he was thinking then, but if he was doing the same thing that he was doing now that he was doing then, he probably would still be playing. But
to me, that's kind of subjective for the simple fact you can buy a brand new car. The minute you drive off the lot, it break down. You know what I'm saying? So again, he's in my book, he's a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be the Hall of Famer of Hall of Famers when it's all said and done. I will never discredit him. It's just that, Miami gave you more than championships. It gave you a mentality. Even when you tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired, but I ain't gonna go into that one. But it gave him a mentality. That's when he transformed to LeBron the GM. So now everybody wanted to play with LeBron, and he did what he had to do. Same thing with my man from Oklahoma City. Good grief. I had his name, but it just
Russell Westbrook?
Not Westbrook, but not Paul George.
Is it really OKC?
He started at OKC, but he messed around and went to the Warriors. Y'all can tell I don't watch modern basketball. KD, Kevin Durant. Why did that happen? I had a brain fart right there. Kevin Durant, he couldn't get over the hump, and he went to the Warriors.
No, but see, he ain't go to no finals like LeBron did. At least LeBron made it. He might have got swept, But that team he got swept by was pretty darn good. Won't nobody mess. Not too many teams could have went to the finals anyway.
If you can't beat them, join them. I mean, in his case, and even though Kevin Durant is not the subject of this video, if you can't beat them, join them. So I get it.
But see, he ain't play Miami. He played the Spurs.
But I'm just saying. He had to go get a better standard of living. He wasn't living right in Oklahoma City, but then he had to go over there to the Bay.
Well, yeah, but see, that's a whole nother topic within itself, because I discredit KD for even thinking about doing such a thing, because the Warriors went 73-9 the year he got there. So that tells me if you can beat the 91, 93 Bulls record.
I think 98, I think. No, 96, 96.
96, somewhere in the 90s. You don't need no KD.
See, but here's the thing, though.
But
I'm kind of glad that kind of came up, because how can I put it? The bottom line is each one went to another team for a better standard of life. That is to get their ring. So you can't discredit KD without discrediting the other one. You feel me?
And
because the other one said I will still be dominant.
I feel like he is. I mean, he still his numbers really haven't changed, and he's had success with and without Miami.
Not as much as he did when he was with Miami.
So you forgetting about what he's doing in LA.
What is he doing in LA? Last time I checked. Hold on.
And you forgot about what he did when he went back to Cleveland.
Hold up. Hold it. Come out, boy. So what is he doing in LA? What is he doing in LA with a 3-5 record right now?
Well, that's right now. I ain't talking about right now. We ain't talking about right now, today, present day. But I'm just saying the success that he has had in LA, the success he had when he went back to Cleveland, the success that he had before he went to Miami the first time. He's had success his entire career. The man has been balling since
they went 33-39 last year. Oh, excuse me, 33-49 last year.
And I said success.
Hold on.
I didn't say no failures. But
you can't have success without the failure.
Well, no, but you want to mention the failures. That's what you're trying to get.
No. See, you putting them on the pedestal. You putting them on the pedestal, and I got to be like, okay, let's put it in perspective. I refuse to give him accolades without the criticism. You can't accept praise, and you can't and not accept criticism.
But see, if I would have let you stick right there, you would have sat right there and kept criticizing. All I'm saying is he's had success with Miami. He's had success without Miami. And before he went to Miami, he was still, for a young player, had success. So the only thing I'm saying is since LeBron got in the league.
So basically, without Miami, individually, he would have been straight. Individually, he would have been good.
Individually, statistically, yes. If you're averaging 27, 6 boards and 7 assists, if you do that every year, so let's cut the 20 in half. If you do that every year for 10, even if he would have did like you said he would have and broke down or retired or injured or whatever, he would have still been.
He would not have been a scoring champion. Sorry.
He wouldn't be the scoring champion. He would not have been the scoring champion. He would still be what you call a successful player because of how dominant statistically LeBron James is. Because his numbers never change.
You put in what he is in reality versus the hypothetical. The hypothetical is, what if he didn't go to Miami? The hypothetical is, you just said you cut the 20 years in half. So now you got to divide all his numbers by half.
And I bet you he would have still had more numbers than a few people that they call a Hall of Famer.
like whom?
I don't know. That's another show for a different day. But what I will say though if he hadn't went to Miami, if he would have went to Chicago, he would have had success in Chicago. Chicago probably would have won.
Nah, he would have won a championship with Chicago.
He would have won a championship.
The way they were set up.
What was the other team?
It was the New York Knicks. But see, but Rich Paul said it himself. They really wasn't in play. They just needed a third team to say, "Yeah, I do it," just so he could go ahead and do what he got to do for Miami.
And here's another thing that I don't understand. At one point, Wade said himself that he kind of pretty much let LeBron be the first option at offense, and Wade was still over there. So Wade understood that they couldn't win a championship without LeBron as a player himself.
That may be the case, but if you were Dwayne Wade, would you have let him be the first option?
Yeah. Did you ask me that?
You asked him. I'm sorry. My bad. I shouldn't have you. That was a.
He was asking y'all that question.
I'm gonna need somebody that really don't care. Because
listen, man.
But see, the thing is,
LeBron had no help for those first 7 years in Cleveland.
He had some help because he would not have made the playoffs. I'm sorry.
He had some
help.
But he had some help to get.
He had some help, but Cleveland did not do him justice. I think I said that about 10 minutes ago. He had some help, but he did not get the justice that he deserved.
But he ain't have enough help to beat the Spurs.
Okay, so if
I want you to tell me, in your own rightful opinion, outside of the Cleveland Cavaliers that made it to the finals that year, who else could have beat the Spurs in the finals with Tim Duncan?
That ain't that, but that's not the point. The point is
you talked about KD. That wasn't the point.
Everybody and their mama knows won't nobody beating them Spurs. That's just it. That team was something serious. But now you tell me. You said he would have still been dominant. He would have had to still go up against those Spurs. Matter of fact, I think he went up against those Spurs 2 more times.
But like I have said, like you said,
shout out to Ray Allen.
Like I had said at the very beginning of the show. Yes, I don't agree that he would have won championships if it weren't for him going to Miami. That was the rehabilitation of his career. Okay. That was his first 2 championships.
That was the help he needed.
That was the move he needed to make.
That was the help. That was the help. That was the help that Cleveland did not give him.
But I feel like it was a mutual need there because, like I said, Miami knew they weren't going back to the finals. They knew they weren't going back. Hence why they went on ahead and let LeBron come on down there, and they won 2. They won
again.
2 back to back.
That was the help he needed to get where he needed to be.
No, man.
Like Shannon Sharpe said, LeBron would not even be in the GOAT conversation if it was not for Miami.
I agree to a certain extent. But
like just like y'all said, it's that Jordan needed Scottie. Miami needed LeBron. I give you that one. Miami needed LeBron. LeBron darn sure needed Miami.
No, Miami darn sure needed LeBron, and LeBron needed Miami. You ain't gonna see something walk like a duck, quack like a duck, and call it a moose. That ain't even fair. Well, it's a moose today, man. We ain't on the same page today.
No, we ain't. You ain't gonna just creep through there. Do that.
It'll be all right. I know one thing for sure. LeBron has been balling since he got in, and like he said, his career would have been the same because he knows. LeBron knows.
Yeah, because
he
gonna tell you what he thinks.
How much work he put in the game to be the best he could be.
But he ain't gonna acknowledge the help that he got to get to where he is now.
Well. Look, if it weren't for Wade, he'd have won.
All you gotta do is say thanks. I appreciate y'all. That's all you gotta say.
He might have said that. But from the tweet I read, and this is how I took it. Like I keep saying this because I think it may have been taken the wrong way. I didn't take it the way most people took it. I took it as he would have still been a good player on the court because he averaged 27 points per game.
So you ain't gonna find no fault with him.
6 boards, 7 assists. Okay, those are good numbers for a basketball player.
So we're not going to just address the elephant.
He would have still been a good player. He may not have had 4 rings. He may have 2 rings. So he still went to LA. He still went to LA. Okay. Still went to LA. Still want to win Cleveland. So he would have got that one in Cleveland. So you think they would have got Kyrie Irving while LeBron was still there? Yep. And then they draft him.
What pick was Kyrie Irving again?
I don't know. We can find out.
We get ready to find out just as sure.
But
he was the first overall pick in the 2011 draft.
Yep.
Now, if LeBron would have been dominant, they would have not got the first pick in the draft. I'm sorry.
They lost in the finals. They would have to go get somebody.
They wouldn't have got no Kyrie Irving.
Well, I don't know. I don't know who was available at that time. I don't know. But the only thing I know is when he went back.
Kyrie you don't know what's available. Hey, we look. Let me see.
I mean,
NBA.
He's been a dominant player since he's been in the game.
If he was dominant, they wouldn't have got Kyrie Irving. Hey.
Well, maybe not, maybe so. But the numbers speak for itself.
Kyrie Irving, Derek Williams, Enes Freedom, Tristan Thompson. They had the first and the 4th overall pick. Jonas Valentino, I guess his name. John Veasley, Bismarck Bimbo, Brandon Knight, Kemba Walker,
Wimbo,
Klay Thompson. He was 11th.
Rambo, Simbo,
yeah, Chemo Savvy too.
You got the blue boy, you got the red boy. But they were less to say.
They had. I mean, just names of note. Kawhi Leonard. I can't get the name right. Kawhi Leonard, Shumpert. That's just the 4th round. So they would have got somebody like Nolan Smith. And Jimmy Butler went number 30th.
It was already written in the book that Kyrie was going to go to Cleveland. It was already written. It was meant for him to be there.
But it wouldn't have been no need for him if LeBron would have stayed.
Yes, it was, because they weren't successful. So I make a case for it because he wasn't successful with it.
Success, smash.
But yeah, man. I don't know. I can't call him. I think
honestly,
he's still been down.
Honestly and truthfully, after all that, I feel like in a way Shannon was right, because in order to back somebody, you got to criticize them at the same time. Maybe his interpretation of that tweet was taken out of context. Maybe it wasn't, because of the simple fact, you didn't get your championship mindset until you got to Miami. That's just my thing. At least for me, acknowledge Miami. That's all I'm saying.
He did. He put it in the... Y'all ain't reading the tweet, buddy. Y'all ain't reading them. He said May had less rings. That's decredit him. He won 2 with him. That's a decredit right there. There. Listen, check this out.
By saying he might have had 2 less rings, that's giving him credit.
Hold on.
That's credit.
If I said the Back Porch Sports Podcast would be just as successful, or if I made my own podcast and I said my podcast would still be dominant, may have less views.
Then you're not dominant.
But still dominant. Well, and for content purposes, it ain't dominant. But you know what I'm trying to say, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say.
You want to give me a hard time. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, man. You know what I mean? But it's all good, because my opinion gonna stay the same. LeBron is one of the best players that has played the game, and I just think the man has been balling since he got in. When he went to Miami, he won 2 rings, and I, whatever. But my thing is, when it seems like when he leaves a team, they're not the same team.
What they got to do with his dominance? What they got to do with everything that we just talked about?
well, I'm just throwing stuff out there. See what you gonna pick up.
You leave a female, she ain't the same female.
Hey man, like I said, he's had success in and out of Miami. In and out. If he ain't got 4,
I give him that one. I told you
he got 4. He got 2. How many people AI ain't even got 2 rings.
Hey, watch your tone now.
I mean, he one of the best. He one of the best point guards. One of the skillful, the best point shooting. He was a shooting guard. One of the best shooting guard that ever played. You know what I mean? But he ain't got no rings, and he ain't going nowhere either. But he ain't got no rings.
He did. He did make it to a final.
He should have went somewhere. People should have been looking at LeBron and what he did. Hence the why KD went to Warriors, because that was the trend. You go somewhere, you rehabilitate your career.
And who started that trend?
Who that?
Who started the trend?
LeBron James.
Thank you. That was
LeBron James. They seen it effect.
And I'm not even discredited for it, because you got to go. It's just like real life. It's just like a job. If the job ain't working out, it ain't paying you right. The ball's getting on your tail.
Right.
Start filling out applications.
He did what he had to do, but either way, Miami knew they won't get him back to the finals, and LeBron knew he wasn't going to be over there by himself, because as far as his quote go, which I don't know how true this is, because I don't get no reports, I don't get no interviews with no LeBron James ask him, but he said that he tried to recruit. So that means he tried to stay over there in Cleveland and thug it out, because that's the team, yada, yada, yada. But then people don't want to talk about when he did go to Miami, how everybody bashed him and act like burning jersey to the Cleveland.
Because that's
Cleveland. Ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't care.
That's Cleveland. You know how Cleveland, that's Cleveland.
Exactly. Who wants to play
that's
Cleveland, bro? Sports
fan. The word fan is short for fanatic. Right?
Uh-huh.
Anytime a beloved or respected player leaves that team, that's what they do. They burn them $100 jerseys. I don't care if you left the team. I just hang the jerseys up in the closet.
I got a few jerseys in there. I ain't never burning.
No, sir. I got jerseys. Look, the player ain't even on this earth no more, and that jersey will sit in my closet and rot if I burn it.
Right.
But I mean, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, we can go ahead and put the icing on the cake.
We go. Here you go. He should have thanked Miami. Don't discredit Miami, because they picked you up out the muck and the mire, as they say.
How they pick him up out the muck and the mire?
For the simple fact, Cleveland did. That was a terrible situation. You just acknowledge the fact that his first stint in Cleveland was a terrible situation.
Right.
It was terrible. It wasn't just he needed to get out of there.
Yeah, he did.
And then there's underlying layers to some of the reasons why. And the only reason why people hate LeBron for all that, because he had a show on ESPN. Talking about, I decided I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach. Didn't nobody care? Just go sign a contract. I'm trying to watch Sports Center. Hey.
I just think he'll still be dominant, man.
I just find it weird that his biggest flag bearer just flamed. This dude was wearing goat heads with LeBron James jersey on, talking about GOAT James, but I get it though. With accolades come criticism.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if you cannot take the criticism, then don't take the praise either. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, come on, man. So fine. So the final thing we can get off this thing.
Yeah.
Tell me this. Just take away the Miami 2 rings. Take them away. Take them away. He got 4 of them. He got 2 to spare. He got 2 to spare. He got 4 of them. Tell me this. I can't want to be funny, but tell me this. With the 2, just give him 1 in Cleveland and 1 in LA. would he still be considered a dominant player if you take the career he had in Cleveland, exit out the years that he played in Miami, and just go back to when he.
So theoretically, he went from Cleveland to Miami.
Or
from Cleveland to LA. Excuse me.
And I'm gonna sit back and let you pontificate on such a thing.
Take away the 2 rings. Take away his time in Miami.
So most people ain't got 2 rings anyway.
Yeah. If he would have stayed in Cleveland, honestly, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have got that first ring. He would have went to he went to LA like Karl Malone did.
Yeah, nah. With that first one there, that first one that he won in Cleveland, I believe that was the 3-0 when Warriors had him down 3-0 and they came back. I think that was the first one back in Cleveland. That was his first one back in Cleveland. There was a lot of hanky-panky going on in that one. Yeah, we don't want to get into that. We ain't
gonna talk about that one because that was a bull junk. You know,
that was some.
I swear it was.
We don't want to go too deep into that situation. But all thing I'm saying, if you take 2 rings away from him, he's still considered a great player.
Okay, so let's put all the factors together. You take away that first ring because of the hanky-panky. Let's say in the perfect world, everything worked out for Golden State. And they held on to that 3-0 lead and swept them in 4. He gets 1 ring in the bubble. And what was that year? That was 2020.
You're right.
So he played 17 years and got his first ring in 2020.
Right.
But here's that doesn't scream dominance.
Here's the thing that we also missing though. We're talking about 4, but he's been to like 10 finals.
But you now using your hypothetical, you discrediting him. So that means he won 1 out of 10.
That doesn't.
Remember him.
Don't try to drop him down. Don't try to drop him down to 10. Don't try to do that.
No, because before I said it, before I started off, because we kind of had similar feelings about that one in Cleveland. We was like, all right, let's take that one away. Let's pretend that the Warriors actually finished the job.
Oh, okay.
So that means so let's say he would have went to 10, but see, it would have been impossible for him to go to 10 finals because, with the simple fact, Cleveland was not doing, even after he left the Cleveland the first time, they were horrible.
Exactly. Why? Because my boy won't there.
No, because they didn't give him the help he deserved.
Yeah. No.
Name 2 All-Stars on that team. Name 2 All-Stars on that team, man, and I will take back everything I said.
You know what, y'all? You know what? We gonna finish it right here, but you know what? I just want to speak to the viewers. It's more LeBron James hate in the world.
Oh, you criticize that means hating.
Then it is them Israelites. You know what I'm saying? People don't like Israelites either. They don't like.
Oh, hey!
What is it called?
No, we ain't doing that. No, I ain't gonna let you get away with that one. Hold up, I ain't gonna let you get away with that one for the simple fact. It's not hate when you criticize it.
People don't want to criticize.
Let me talk to the viewers. See, that my problem is with LeBron sexuals is the simple fact that you can't criticize him. As soon as you say something that that ain't quite right about Bronny, they gonna get mad.
Should have ran the time. But
I mean, honestly, let's put everything in perspective. Yeah, he needed Miami, and yeah, Miami needed him. So technically, we both right.
We finished it right there. There it is. That's it. Thank you.
Oh my God, that's the longest applause sample. But yeah, we can go and finish it right there. But just as long as there's sports on TV, you could praise and criticize. I'll just say it, but you could praise and criticize. I mean, y'all
today we celebrate veterans, and we talking about a veteran in the NBA.
Nah, man. Thank you, and again, thank y'all to all the veterans that served our country. To the ones that lost family members that were veterans, and you know, we salute y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm as long as I got breath. If it's criticism, it is. If it's the truth, I would tell it. The Bible say the truth will set you free. But we out of here, man. Look, good show, man. Good show. Make sure you know I ain't sweating too bad. I ain't, you know. But again, you know, let us know in the comments what y'all think, man. Do y'all think that, you know, that Miami needed LeBron, or did LeBron need Miami, or is Shannon Sharpe right, or is he wrong? Let us know in the comments. We'll gladly read your comments and respond to them in a timely manner.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling, hit that bell. And so when we upload these videos, you will be there and you will know it. You'll be one of the first ones there. You'll be sitting in the congregation waiting for us to get up there and preach. So, that being said, you got anything you want to add, man?
Not at all, man. I'll see you in a few days.
In a few days. And Dwight Howard, keep it in your pants. This has been the Back Porch Sports Podcast. He's a boy, Damon.
Oh my goodness!
I had to, man. I've been itching to say that for about 3 days, but this has been the Back Porch Sports Podcast.
I'm not in prison anymore, Damon. Yo, you crazy.
And the vice grips and everything. But this is the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Fonz, man.
And Quan.
We out, y'all.